reform in North Carolina if I have anything to do with it. And I went to the ARC national or statewide conference. This is the organization that focuses on people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And we just started talking about how we need more money for health and human services. And that may be true, or the money's not getting to the right people. But by gosh, if we come back in 2013, I don't know if we'll go as far as Florida, but if you're receiving government assistance and every once in a while we want to do random drug tests done on a fair basis, I think we should do it. When you go in and you see a woman in a wheelchair, she's from here, she's from Asheville, who's on the brink of losing her benefits, and you know that Health and Human Services are sending checks to a woman who has chosen to have 3 or 4 kids out of wedlock, then at some point you need to say, first kid, we'll give you a pass. Second, third, fourth kid, you're on your own.
That's right.
And start and say, but what we have to do is find a way to divide and conquer the people who are on assistance. We have to show respect for that woman who has cerebral palsy and had no choice in her condition, that needs help and that we should help. And we need to get those folks to look down at these people who choose to get into a condition that makes them dependent on the government and say at some point, you're on your own. We may end up taking care of those babies, but we're not going to take care of you. And we've got to start having that serious discussion. It won't happen next year. Wrong time, because it's going to be politically charged. One of the reasons why I may never run for another elected office is because some of these things may just get me railroaded out of town. But in 2013, I honestly believe that we have to do that.
What a way to go, Tom.
Yeah. Geronimo.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
The county, the DSS in each county ought to be required to bring people in periodically and see what they're doing and question them, see if they're trying to find a job, what kind of shape they're in. You can look at somebody.
I don't understand. Everybody says it's because they're all looking for jobs. Folks, I don't know if any of you are out of work or ever been out of work. Nobody spends 50 hours a week looking for a job. Now, they may spend 50 hours a week thinking about looking for a job. And then they may go and apply, and they may go and do an interview. My guess is every single person who is out of work over a 7-day period has 10, 15 hours that they can get back to the community. And if they're an out-of-work teacher, that's a mentor in a school. If they're an out-of-work healthcare provider, it is volunteering and having their time recorded in a healthcare clinic where they're certified and they can provide services. And if you're going to get government assistance, we know you have that time, and we think you ought to do it. Hey, welcome. Hey there. So,
you know, I feel thousands of workers now.
I feel very strongly that that people need to have that responsibility and that sense of obligation for it. If you're we give people 99 weeks of unemployment benefits in this state. 99 weeks.
No wonder unemployment's so high.
And quite honestly, if you're on workers' comp, you may not be able to do the job that was physically demanding, but you may be able to sit somewhere and be a mentor to somebody or something else. It's just giving people some sense of being more productive. That's how we become more competitive and more productive as a country, certainly as a state. Yes, sir.
I'd like you to go one step further and drug test every single state employee in the state.
Oh, yeah.
Every state.
That's
a state employee, by the way.
Good for you.
Well, I'm going to see them.
All right, get them a cup.
We've had
No, I'm
to
kidding.
since the early 90s, but I mean every state.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that there are ways to do statistical selection that may get you where you need to be because it becomes pretty expensive and difficult to administer. But I do think that there is a way to implement a program that is statistically valid that goes short of 100% selection that will get the job done.
You'll get tied up in courts. I work for the federal government. You will never have time to do anything else but defend your case in court.
If you do 100% selection, you're going to have that anyway. Because people are, they're going to, either way, it's more a matter of trying to to work it down. I just don't know with 600,000 plus employees that the cause and the cure cost about as much. So there's got to be some other way that you can get it done. We're going to run into the same situation when we try and do drug testing for people on entitlements. Yeah. Is it time? Okay, I think they're wrapping me up. I want to be respectful of y'all's time. But,
Well, and one thing I wanted to say before we formally thanked you and let you out of here, I want to thank your Director of Operations, Dodie Renford. Dodie is a Mars Hill College graduate, and we thank her for coming back and helping us put this together today. She, along with Dr. Stern played an I couldn't have done it without you, Dr. Stern. I appreciate it. Dr. Stern took care of it.
and he told me the first time he got involved in politics was when he was actually campaigning in support of Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Oh,
So he's got to be one of the most long-serving political activists for good, honest-to-goodness, conservative causes that I've ever met.
fantastic. Thank you, Dr. Stern.